Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Andrea and this is Beauty with Andy. Thank you so much for joining me today. So today I thought I would use a few older products, some that are on the chopping block, just to see if I still want to keep them in the collection. So really I think this is the only thing that I'm going to be using that is on the chopping block. Obviously not the packaging, I can just put 2 more eyeshadows in it, but I spoke about this when we went through my chopping block drawer, I think last week. Well, I know it was last week. Can't remember what video because I'm losing track of days with this all self-isolation. So we've got one in here that's from a Grwm palette. I think it was the rose golden or golden rose, whichever one it was called. It's just a normal cream ivory shade, which you guys know that I actually like in palettes. So I'll just pop that in there. And then we've got this one from MAC. It's called Tempting and I've barely used it since I bought it, so I do want to test it out. If I don't like it, it's just going to get decluttered and I'll put a different shadow in there. And then because we're using singles, I thought we'd give this a little whirl. So this has all my Makeup Geek eyeshadows in it. So we'll use some of the Makeup Geek eyeshadows out of this. I do want to use this a lot more. Just because I've not been using it, so I do want to use it, but today I think we'll be using this shade for sure, which is a nice transition shade. It's called Creme Brulee. I don't know if, yeah, we'll use also this for the inner corner, Shimmer Shimmer. So this is a dupe for Kitten by Stila, apparently. That's what a lot of people have told me anyway. I don't have anything that's similar. Only a cream pot. Let me just go and get it and we'll swatch them side by side. Actually, no, I've got this Kittens in this palette. So we'll swatch Kitten first. So Kitten is that one there. Let's swatch it. Beautiful. I'm just going to do a couple of swatches just because lighter shades never show up, and I have got my external light on as well. Oh, this one's even smoother. Look at that, guys. No, they're not dupes for each other. I don't know what people are talking about. Right, so that's MAC's Shimmer Shimmer, and then that's Kitten by Stila. Can you see? Kitten is incredibly darker and pinker, and that one's more, I would say, white based. I actually prefer Shimmer Shimmer more than I do Kitten now, and Kitten used to be one of my favourite eyeshadows in that Stila palette. So yeah, really looking forward to using this combination together and see how that works out. But before we do all that, let's put the base on. So we're going to go in with the Mally and let's just say the primer combination I use. Look at that, guys, look at it. I've nearly used it all up. I'm super impressed because you get so much product in here. Well, you don't really. 28.3 grams. I've just had it a long time, so yeah, I'll be glad when this is out of the collection. I do only use it in a concentrated area though. I only use it around my T-zone. I forgot to put some there, and on my forehead. And then I use a different primer when, like, a more hydrating primer for my cheek area. I've got another primer like this from Sephora when this one runs out, so that one will be coming in next. But then I don't have a poreless one, so I don't know what I'll do after that. Rub that in, Andrea. I've probably put a bit too much on the cheek area now because I use this one as well, this Laura Geller Spackle Hydrating Moisturising Under Makeup Primer. Well, I have been this week because I did pull it for a shot my stash. That should be enough, a bit more on this side. And then just rub it in, really concentrate under the eyes because that's where I need the most moisture. Right, and then I normally let that soak in for a little bit, so I'm just going to do that. Right, so now we're going to go in with the Rimmel Good to Glow in 001 Notting Hill Glow. I've been wearing this a lot this week. I might have a break from illuminators though next week. I'm just going to put the tiniest amount here and kind of rub that in, and here. So not so much this time. Right, and then foundations, let me just reach the back of it. Right, so I'm still using this one. I really want to get it out of the collection. It's the L'Oreal Total Cover Infallible Foundation, I think. And it's got quite a bit at the bottom. And there's no way, normally I would just scoop it out with my fingers. There is no way I'm going to do that today. I've just spent quite a bit of time this morning painting my nails. What does everyone think? I really love this shade, and I hadn't worn it for such a long time. It's the Ciate London Fade to Grease. It's such a beautiful shade, isn't it? I absolutely love it. So yeah, I thought I would paint my nails this colour. I actually thought it was a bit lighter, but that's a different shade I've got, which will probably go on next week. I'm just trying to get through my nail polishes as well, my older ones, and I got this in a glossy box or a birch box a long time ago, so I do want to use it up, but I'm not actually putting it in a project pan or anything. I'm just trying to rotate through my nail polishes, so they will probably start coming in Shop My Stash videos as well. So yeah, that's that. So now what we're going to have to go in with is this. I actually found it, this concealer brush. Well, it's not really a concealer brush, is it? No, it's a pointed foundation brush that I use for concealer. So I'm just going to kind of like scoop it out and just put it on the face, and then we'll use, I've got another like buffing brush, so we'll use that for foundation. Can you see how much is still left? It's like the never-ending foundation. Where can I put this drop? This brush actually is in the bathroom to get washed, but I thought, well, what else can I do, you know? I'm actually not putting my fingers in because I've just painted them. It's like later on I'll need to do the pots, I'll need to wash up. Rubber gloves will be coming out. I don't normally use rubber gloves, but they will definitely be coming out, otherwise they'll chip and everything, and I didn't spend time on my nails for them to chip. Right, so let me just see if I've got the buffing brush in here. No. So we're getting off to a great start as per usual. Let me just go and find it. Is it in this one? Yeah, it's here. So this one is the same one as my other one, but it's just part of the Berlin collection. My other buffing brush I think is orange. This one's way prettier if you ask me, but yeah, let's just do this. I don't think there's a mirror in this palette. Right, so I'm just using my Charlotte Tilbury mirror. And the other day I was just tidying up, and I was going through my smaller palette eyeshadow drawer, and only one Charlotte Tilbury palette was in there, and I'm like, right, I always go in that drawer. I always use these Charlotte Tilbury mirrors for when I want to obviously do my makeup, so it's got to be around somewhere. I hadn't been anywhere with it, so I knew it had to be around there somewhere, but I was really worrying because I couldn't find it. Eventually I found it, but yeah, I was worried that I'd lost it. I mean, these things are expensive. They're like £40 for 4 eyeshadows. Got to admit, this brush doesn't feel as good as the other brush I've got. Probably not the best for foundation then, is it? It's doing the job. And it's not leaving any brush marks. My skin's looking really glowy actually. So I will go in though with some spray and a blending sponge just to even things out. I always do that anyway. So this is becoming more like a chatty video, which is not what it was supposed to be. Right, so sponge. Let's just put some of the e.l.f. Dewy Setting Spray on it. Smells of coconuts, guys. I wouldn't say it's bad, but if you don't like coconuts, you probably won't like the scent, because it is quite strong. It's certainly not overpowering or anything. Right, and that's that. So now let's get concealer. I'll have to change the battery in a minute, it's flashing at me. Now I need the smaller one. Put some more spray on that one. Right, and while that kind of soaks in, what I'll do is I'll use this Milk Jumbo eye pencil from NYX. It's part of Project Pan. So what we're really going to be concentrating on today is Project Pan and chopping block items. Skin's looking really glowy, even though I used a super matte foundation. It's because right, so we're going with the powder now, so we're going to use the Laura Mercier one, and I think I'm going to like change tactic a little bit. I think I'm going to put it on with this. Now instead of Laura Mercier, I'm going to be using my ELF finishing powder. I watched a video by Sarah Hubler, I think her name is. I'll leave it in the cards below. And she had like dupes for high-end products, and I knew this anyway. I thought it was a dupe, but this one is a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury powder. And she put some of this under her eyes and said that it worked really, really well. So I'm going to do the same thing, and hopefully it will work well for me and not embellish any fine lines. That looks fine. Then we'll use the Laura Geller Balance and Brighten Foundation in Porcelain. It's not chopping block and it's not Project Pan, but I've just been using this as a powder, so it just looks like that. It's real nice actually. I just need to find the brush. I've got brushes everywhere, but I've got Easter eggs looking at me at the minute. Tons of Easter eggs. Well, not tons. I've got 4 Easter eggs, and like, I'll show you what my mum got me. I've eaten half. Yeah, she got me 6 of these as well. She knows I absolutely love Lindt chocolate, so yeah, I've got them to eat. They're my favourites. Whoops. That was just a coat hanger. Anyway, let's get back to the makeup. Brush is not there either. I think I put it in for a wash. Oh yeah, we're using the Bare Minerals one for this. So it's just a really nice stiff brush. Put that in there. Then I struggle to find it. Right, so bronzer, what have we got in here? I've used this quite a lot and I know I don't want to get rid of it, so let's concentrate for the Imagination Highlight to the Moon. I have got a couple of bronzers in here that I am looking to pan. Well, I have panned one, I panned Literally. And I'm mixing Literally and Warrior together, so I'm just going to use the brush that I normally use for bronzer. It's the Real Techniques in 302. Love these brushes, and I'll look in this big mirror actually. How are you all doing, guys? I hope you're all really well and staying safe and sane. So powder for that sculpting, as you know, I do use the MUA Skin Define Hydro Powder, so let's just do that. And I looked on eBay for this powder. They had everything else to do with this line, but they didn't have this powder, which sucks, because I probably would have bought it, but they're selling it for way over the odds anyway. The foundation, they're selling it for like, I think £6, and I'm sure it was less than £2 when it hit the shops. So I don't know if I would have bought it saying that. Right, let's put that back. Right, so bronzer's done. Blush. Right, so I really want to use this one. This is a newer product, so it's not chopping block and it's not project pan, but it is absolutely stunning, guys. And I've used the other products as well, so I feel like I can use this at the moment. We'll use the Real Techniques. This one was from the Bold Metals collection. Absolutely love this brush. Feels like really heavy in your hand. So this is a really, really glowy blusher, as you can probably tell. Yeah, you can certainly tell, alright. Brilliant for this time of year, spring and summer. Highlighter, we'll use this brush. So this is the Elite number 15. I really, really like it for highlight. It is a highlighter brush, but yeah, love it for that. And this one does have glitter in. Don't know if you can see it, but it's not so that I wouldn't like it. That's quite a lot of glitter in, actually, I would say. Still a really nice highlight though. Done and done. Right, so now let's put it back. Right, so now we'll just go in with the eyeshadows. So let's, I'm not going to find them in the Charlotte Tilbury quad. Let's go in with this one here from the Zoeva Open Your Mirror Zoeva palette. Don't know how this is because I've not worn it in a hot minute. The wrong shade. It looks more like a cream ivory shade. Right, so rather than going into my Too Faced Milk Chocolate for the white chocolate shade, we're just going to use this. I've hit pan on it anyway, so I just want to use it a little bit more. It's the NYX in Lace Detail, and I know that is a cream ivory shade. This shade that I've got on though would make a nice crease shade before I put that other creme brulee on. I didn't realise honestly that it was that dark. Oh well, you live and learn. Right, now let's put this one on. Let's clean this brush. So this one is the Real Tech's 305 and it's I'm so clumsy. This is how clumsy I am on a daily basis. This is the Real Techniques 305. It's from the same collection. I can't remember what collection it was from. If you know, you can leave me a comment down below so I can, when I'm doing future videos, I can actually say, well, it's from this. I can't remember the name just because I've got so many Real Technique brushes. They don't do this collection anyway anymore. Well, Boots don't, that's for sure. Because I got that, I think it's a blush brush that, or a powder brush. One of them. I got that in the sale. Because they still do that particular brush, but they've like repackaged it. You know, like they did with the Berlin collection. Right, so that looks nice all over the crease actually. Should have used that for the crease and not the entire lid. Yeah, we're going to go in with this one. This creme brulee one. And let me know if you want to see a look with all those eyeshadow palettes there. I mean, I'm concentrating on doing Try It Thursdays on the newer ones, but I've not used this in ages. It actually feels like a newer eyeshadow palette. It's really nice, they're really smooth. Like I said, I've had these for a long time and I know that they've reformulated Makeup Geek eyeshadows. But these ones feel so nice. They're blending out like a dream. I'm just hoping that MAC eyeshadow in Tempting is nice. I don't want to get rid of it. I paid good money for it. They're not exactly the cheapest things in the world, are they? Got a couple of other MAC eyeshadows as well that I need to test out at some point. Right, so now let's put that NYX eyeshadow all over the brow bone as well. Yeah, so I guess we're just gonna like put it on with fingers, really dip my fingers into it. It's a really nice brown shade. It's like a bronzy eyeshadow though. It's really nice actually, even though it's a bit bronzier than I would use on the eyelids. Like putting things like this in chopping block forces me to use them and seeing if I would want to keep them around the collection, and I actually really like that. It's quite a simple look. Shall we? No, I'll just put liner on under the lashes. So we're just going to get the rest of the products that we need. Brow, mascara, eyeliner, and then we're going to choose a lipstick. Right, so we're using a new brow product. It's this one by Makeup Academy. And it's a little bit of a different one. I've never noticed anything like this on the market until I bought this. Not a big fan of it because the pencil's stiff, so I'm just trialling it out, and if I really don't like it, there's tons of product left, so I might just declutter it. So it's the Brow Define Eye Pencil. Let's start again. The Brow Define Eyebrow Pencil with a blending brush on it, and it's the wrong side. It looks like that. I need my old e.l.f. pencil. Oh, it's there. So what I tend to do first is just brush my brows out with this. I don't have any pencil left in this e.l.f. one, and that's why I'm using the NUA one. I want to try and use it up, but if I really don't like it, I'll just declutter it. It didn't cost a lot of money, and I know that's not important. Any money that you spend on a product, if you don't use it up, is quite wasteful. So that's what it looks like. Yeah, it's just really, really stiff. I'll try and see. That's the shade. I normally go darker than that anyway, but that's the shade of it. And we're going to be using the Makeup Gallery brow gel over the top. Oh, let me just blend it out. I'll show you. I mean, do you remember when it was all the rage to put foundation on with brushes like that? Like the oval brushes. I used to have a ton of them. I don't have any anymore. Whoops, that's the Makeup Geek palette gone. So yeah, it's wrong one. I was going to put that on, but that's the wrong one, and that's going to get decluttered when I do my declutter. So yeah, it's this one by Poundland. I really, really like it. Because all my other brushes are waiting to be washed. Right, so the actual battery went just as I put my mascara on, so the mascara's on, so we'll just get the eyeliner and do that. So again, I'm using this, and this one is part of Project Pan. You could say the mascara is part of Project Pan as well, because I only use one at a time. Why does this eye water so much? Darn you, you left eye. And then I just need to find a brush to do that inner corner highlight and use that shimmer shade. Just finding the brush, that's the tricky bit. So it's just this bent one here that I stood on one day. Oh yeah, the palette. Drop this thing on the floor. Yeah, so we're just going to go in with that shade there. It's Shimmer Shimmer. Oh yeah, this would make a really nice highlighter. I might try it over this highlighter because they're a similar shade. Hopefully it won't completely ruin my makeup. But yeah, let's get that brush that I had before. No, we'll use this one. I'll just take that powder off it. Right, so I'm just going to dip into the Shimmer Shimmer shade. Isn't that beautiful? So if you have got this, I'm just going to blend it in a little bit with this Real Techniques brush. If you have got this eyeshadow, it makes a gorgeous highlighter as well. There's not a lot of difference between the shades when they're actually on the skin anyway. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be using a lipstick that I think I'm going to end up decluttering. It's this one. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills American Doll. Like, I've said this before. Yeah, I've said this before. When I first got it and I wore it, you know, I had eaten and things and stuff, and it just didn't wear very well. Should really use a lip liner. Yeah, let's get a lip liner because it's a dark, because it's a red. We'll use this next one. Summer Teas, it's called. Right, so now we're going to try this liquid lip. I'm really nervous, guys. Right, so that's what it looks like. It looks really beautiful on. I think I'm going to come back in a few hours and show you what it looks like and how it's worn down, so then you can see what I mean. But yeah, for now, this is the entire look. I do really like how it looks at the minute. But we'll see in a few hours after, like, I've eaten and drunk things. But yeah, thank you for watching. It really does mean a lot. So everything that I've tried so far that's on the chopping block, well, there's only really this that was on the chopping block, I'm going to keep. I really do like it. And obviously these aren't even Project Pan, they're just eyeshadows that I never get around to using, probably because they're singles. I've got a ton of single eyeshadows that I need to start using more. So yes, there's those two. And then there's obviously this, that's Project Pan, that I want to use up. So everything, like I said, everything that I've used will be staying in the collection until it's gone. The foundation should definitely be out of the collection by next week. I feel like I said that for this week as well. But yeah, that should definitely be gone next week because there is only a tiny bit of product left now. I do actually like the way it is sitting on my skin with the products that are on it. So yeah, if you've not already subscribed to the channel, I would love it if you did and became part of my little fam over here. Just click that subscribe button down below and notifications bell, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys. Right, so I'm back. So I just thought I would come back and talk to you about this Anastasia Beverly Hills lipstick in the shade American Doll. I've gone back to the website I actually got it from, Feel Unique. I've just dropped the lipstick, but it doesn't matter anyway because that is certainly going to get decluttered, and we'll talk about why in a sec. So it says in the product description, Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick is a full pigment. I completely agree with that. It is a full pigment lipstick formula that dries to a weightless matte finish. It did dry matte for a smudge proof wearability. That's where I have my issues. Like, all the liquid lipsticks in my collection are smudge proof. So like when I got this and it wasn't smudge proof, I mean, you can see here The only thing I've really had, I've not had anything to eat. I've just had a couple of drinks of water in the last few hours. I'm going to be making my tea shortly. I could have like seen how it would work throughout that, but I just thought I would come and put this video together and then put it up on YouTube. I've done the majority of it. I've edited the video that I did have, but I did want to show you what it looks like. It looks awful. I mean, it's worn away. Oh, that's the LCD, I think that's dirty. It's worn away here, which it's gonna, because I've been drinking, but it's just how it's smudging. That's really getting to me. I'm just gonna, can you see? That's definitely not smudge proof, and it transfers like hell. So there we go. So yeah, it's definitely going to get decluttered. I have actually got a shade like it anyway. I've got a NYX liquid suede in Kitten Heel, so hopefully that will be better. They are pretty much similar, these two, which you'll see when I do the lipstick edit at the end of the month. But I am really disappointed because these lipsticks aren't, you know, they aren't cheap. I think I paid £22 for it. How much is it? Let's have a look. Yeah, £22 I paid for it, and I have had it a while, and I just wanted to make sure. I definitely wanted to declutter it, but yeah, I'm just going to let it wear off gradually, and then I'll put a new lipstick on, a different lipstick. But this is what it's looking like. Absolutely terrible. I would never ever get another ABH liquid lipstick. It's really put me off the formula. I might try the bullet formula, like a cream formula. I mean, if I wanted a lipstick to wear away like this, I would have just put a cream lipstick on. I tend to use my matte liquid lipsticks because they last a lot longer, and I don't really like reapplying, but yeah, I just don't like the way this looks, so this has to come off. But yeah, that's what it looks like. It's just this side that's really terrible, and this side's starting to smudge as well. But thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.